Hello lovely crafty friends, I'm Sasha and this is Love Builds Up Crafts, the place where we build each other up whilst doing the things we love. And today we're going to be making this cute little guy who clearly has way too many crafty friends and they've all sent him cards at the same time. We're going to be using this Gerda Steiner design stamp set. So I'm definitely a novice at this cutesy animal card making thing because I normally make floral cards. So thank you so much, Gerda, for sending me this stamp set and challenging me to step up my cutesy animal card making game. So the design for the card was inspired by Jennifer McGuire's Z Fold scene cards that she did a while ago, where when you open it, it's got like a scene. So we're going to do that, but with a little bit of a twist, because we're going to use two stamps and make them into one stamp. And I thought that was a really fun way of kind of like showing you how to stretch out your stamps. To make our card base here, we need a piece of white cardstock that is 8 by 6 inches, which is roughly A5 size, and you're just going to take it and score it at 4 inches on your scoreboard, and then turn it around and score it at 2 inches, and that will allow us to fold our card in half and then take the top flap and fold it in half again. Whichever side is going to be the front of your card, that's the side you fold in half again. So there you go, you've got your nice little card base. So we're going to take the card base, and then this is a 1-layer card, guys, and I'm like so happy because I've never done a 1-layer card before. I don't think I have. So anyway, we're going to take this little guy here with all the mail, the one who's under the mail, and we're going to tuck him under there just until you can only see a bit of his legs and his tails. And when you're happy with the placement, go ahead and stamp it. I'm using my Gina K amalgam ink because I'm going to use some alcohol markers at some point, so it's just better to be safe. Now go ahead and do some of that wax on wax off action, Mr. Miyagi style. If you've never watched Karate Kid, you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but if you're like around my age, you probably have watched Karate Kid. No, I'm kidding, I'll stop yapping away. So anyway, you're going to grab your other doggy stamp and then line up its feet, its 2 front feet there, with the back feet of your stamped image, and then you're going to go ahead and mask it. I'm going to take some painter's tape and just cover the areas that I don't want to be stamped, so that when I go ahead and ink it, those areas won't be inked. This is my cost-effective way of masking, because painter's tape is like £1 and masking sheets can be a bit costly, so I do it this way and it gets the job done. It might be a bit more of a headache, but it does get the job done. So I've stamped my little feet there, and I'm just going to go ahead and clean my stamp before I line it up again. What you want to do is line up the feet on the stamp with the feet that you just stamped, and then make sure that that body line is on the same line. Like you see, there's a little curve there that marks the body. Make sure that it's going on the same path as the one on the stamped doggy, and then you're gonna go ahead and mask off the areas that you don't want to be stamped, and then stamp your image. And that leaves us with this image over here. Now you'll need a pencil and an eraser, and then we're going to hack this image. Like, this is why I just love cards like this, because they challenge you to think outside the box. So what you're going to do is just join that little line there at the bottom of your doggy legs to the top of your doggy head, and then go ahead and do the same at the top there. Join the 2 lines, and then at the bottom as well, you just follow the line. You can see the curve is already there. Just follow that curve and follow that line. I wasn't too happy with my top curve, so I'm just going to, sorry, top line, not curve. Now I'm thinking about curves. I'm so silly. So anyway, because of the dog's butt. So anyway, once you've done that with the pencil, you're going to go ahead and go over those lines with your black pen, and that gives you that image there that practically looks stamped. Okay, now so let's finish stamping our past scene. So you're going to grab your post box stamp and then you're going to place it a bit behind that mound of mail. Use the curve of the front doggy there to just gauge where you want to place your post box. It should be along the same curve. So now that you've got your post box where you want it, if you're happy with the placement, go ahead and stamp your image. I'm just going to mask off the lip here, and you're going to see why when we go to the next step, but you're just gonna mask off a bit of the lid, not lip, the lid, the lid of the post box. Where do I get these words? So anyway, I messed up my card there with some ink. Normally this eraser from Arteza gets it out, but there's a huge black mark there. Well, it's not that huge. There's a little black mark there that won't go away, so we'll get to that later. Take the first stamp we used, which is this doggy under the mail, and align it like so that it looks like the letters are falling out of the mail, which is why we masked off the lip earlier, so that we could have that effect. And then go ahead and mask out the dog. You only want the letters, so make sure you've masked out the dog really well, and then ink your stamp and stamp your letters. Like this guy is really popular. Look at all those letters, like they're just pouring out. I wish my subscribers would pour out like that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And make sure to like this video as well. Take the same stamp so that you can cover up that gap there, and we're just going to mask it this way with the scrap piece of paper. You're just going to measure out how much you need and then cover the area that you want to mask, and put a piece of tape facing upwards, then press your lid over it, and that tape should stick to your lid. And you're going to do the exact same thing for the other side as well. So once you've got your little image marked off, ink it up and then stamp it up. We're just making sure that there's no gap there in those letters. So it's not a perfect impression, but it's no biggie. We're going to grab our little pen and we're going to fix it up. If you're not confident doing this, do it with the pencil first, because you can always erase a pencil. Okay, see, we fixed it. So let's move on to the sky. I've got some Salty Ocean and Salvaged Patina Distress Oxides, and I want to do some cartoon looking clouds, but I don't have a stencil stamp or a die set that will allow me to do that. So I'm just going to draw them on. It's really simple, even you can do it. All you need is a white wax-based coloring pencil. I'm using a Prisma pencil, and this is how you're going to draw the clouds. I'm just showing you here with the pencil because you won't be able to see it once I do it with my white coloring pencil, but you're just going to draw them like that. It's just like these little blobs. So what you're going to do is add them to your card whilst it's closed. So drawing your card closed first, and then open the card and add some to them inside, and this will allow for continuation. So when your clouds are all done, we're going to start ink blending. I'm adding a layer of Salvaged Patina first, and then you're going to see the magic of this. Look at that. You can see our clouds now starting to pop by when I add pop up, pop out, pop. Okay, they're showing when I add the Salvaged Patina. So what we're doing with the Salvaged Patina is a mid to light layer. So mid at the top and then very light at the bottom, and make sure that the edge is not straight. It has to be like a jagged edge. Whichever way you want to do that, just make sure it's not straight. And I'm happy with my Salvaged Patina blending there. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my Salty Ocean. I really like blending in this way because I think it gives a nice effect. I'm like really enjoying Distress Oxides these days, so whenever I get a chance I'm going to use it, and this technique makes it so much fun. So anyway, go ahead and add a very light layer of Salty Ocean. Salty Ocean is quite dark, so be careful. Just be really light. You don't need that much. We just need a bit on the edges. So once you're happy with your panel, you can stop, and I'm happy with that. Next, you're going to grab your coloring pencil and cover it with the wet wipe. The white coloring pencil that you use, just cover it with a wet wipe and then use that edge to do like these little circles. Not only does this clean up the distress oxides from the clouds, it makes them look even more puffier. And guys, use your wax, okay? You don't even need a Prisma coloring pencil. I'm sure you can even use a crayon because they're 100% wax, and I'm sure it would work even better with that. So anyway, now that we have our puffy clouds, let's do some coloring. So I'm not going to go into much detail about the coloring because tomorrow I am posting a Let's Color and Chat video, and you'll be able to see step by step how I colored this card. But we're also going to be chatting about design teams, and I'll briefly explain why I haven't been posting because, guys, I had COVID. I had it really bad, so I had to take a break. It wasn't by choice, it was by force. So anyway, look around for that video tomorrow and make sure you please watch it because I've been meaning to do a color and chat for a while for all my new subscribers to get to know me, because I do understand that people don't know me because unless you make people know you, they wouldn't know you. So that's why I want to do the color and chart, and if it does well, it might be something that I'll do weekly. I'm not saying I'm like the Beyonce of coloring or anything. I'm really not. I just want to chat to you guys whilst being productive, so please help me out and comment below some topics that we could cover whilst we do the color and chat. To finish off this card, I stamped my sentiment and then I cut it into a little strip and stuck it on the top there, so that when you open the card you can see the rest of the sentiment, happy mail, there. So it's a good day for happy mail. I stamped the happy mail directly on the card, so it's almost a one layer card if not for that little strip there. So I really like this card and I hope you like it. I'm really pleased with it. I was debating whether to add some gems or some little black dots there on the mail, but I think I'll leave it like this for now. I think it is fine. Thank you for watching, liking and sharing this video. Please make sure that you watch my other content and share that as well. I really appreciate all the help that you give me in spreading these videos.